What's going on, everybody? So this video is a little different, but I don't know. I just felt like sharing with everybody. Pardon me. What an amazing community we have. It really is. People here are just awesome people, and I really wish there were more people like this on the planet. And I am always trying to pay it forward. So, just wanted to show you guys a little something. This one doesn't really belong in here because I paid face value for this from a friend of mine. But I collect currency. I also collect currency from friends, family members, things like that. So, let's get started. This here, let's see here. This was sent to me by Oryx. Totally unexpected. And these are going in here by no other order other than how they fit. Commemorative token sent to me by Richard C. No, I apologize. John Howe. You'll see how I came to that mistake here in a second. A lot of old British copper coins from Richard C. None of these things were expected. These are just things that showed up in my mail randomly. Some of them I knew were coming, but I didn't expect to receive them, if you know what I mean. Other people purchased things and said, please give it to Shroom Day. This was sent to me by Mr. and Mrs. Tizzo. He's not in the community, but my stepbrother found a Susan B in his change and said, hey, I know somebody who'd like that. So he gave it to me. This was randomly sent to me by CanCan. This was also sent to me by CanCan and was the very first gift of kindness that I've received from anyone in the community. CanCan's the first one to say, you know, hey, I appreciate you, and did so by reaching out with this. These are all Canadian, and these were also sent to me by Oryx. Beautiful sterling silver token. Sent to me by our brother Big E 143. Much love, Big E. And speaking of our brother, if I remember correctly, me and Big E went back and forth on this one for a little bit. And after I backed down and let him win it, he sent it to me. This is one of the silver rounds that Vote for Pedro sent to me shortly after my mom passed and told me to make something, thinking of her, and I did so, but I saved one of those vote for Pedro. That dude is just an amazing dude all around. As you know, he's doing the Wounded Warrior benefits. He just supports so many people. He sent me a lot more than this, but this is the one I kept. I toned it up. I got some pretty colors out of it too. This Can again. He was auctioning these off, and I think somebody got it for $8, and I was like, hey, I don't have any 24 karat gold. I want to buy my first piece of gold. And he's like, dude, I'm not selling you a grain of gold for your first piece. I'm not going to charge you for that. So he didn't charge me for it. Thank you. This was a gift from Mrs. Keys and Mr. Keys, Mrs. Silver Keys and Mr. Keys. I'm not going into why they sent this to me, but one of these days I'm going to make something nice with this. I already made, they sent me more than this, and I made something and ended up using that as a donation somewhere. You guys remember our brother Donnie Wayne? I miss him. I haven't seen him around very much lately. Donnie owns a farm, and he's a very busy man, as Psychedelic Silver would know. I was in the community for a while before Psychedelic Silver popped his head back in, and everybody was like, hey, buddy, it's great to see you. And it's the first time I ever met the guy, because he's a farmer and he was doing his thing. I had a West Point Samoa, and somebody in the chats had made a comment that that was the only West Point quarter they needed to fill their book or their collection, and ironically enough, it's the only one I had ever found, so I sent it to them. And later, Monkey King Metals was awesome enough to send this to me. Again, I had no idea it was coming. This community is just unbelievable. From Can. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, man. Oryx and I, this was when, shortly after I had gotten into the community, but when I had first gotten Oryx into the community, I was like, hey, they're giving away free silver. Come on over and win some free silver. And this is one of the things she won and told me to keep it, because she never would have won it if it wasn't for me inviting her into the coin community to begin with. Obviously, since then, it's become quite a bit more than let's get some free silver. But, yeah. Now I think I really haven't been entering any giveaways, because I've gotten so many free things from the community. Winning gauze. I'm not talking about this stuff. I'm talking about winning the gauze. I went on a streak there for a little while, and somebody had actually said in the comment, hey, Shrooms, why don't you give somebody else a chance to win? At one point, I think I won like 5 giveaways within 3 days, and like 8 or 13 within 5 days. It was just crazy. Even I was starting to think it was rigged. So I stopped entering to win the gauze, and yeah, I figured I'd give somebody else a chance to win. But anyway, this is one of the ones that Oryx had won and gave to me. this came from Vote for Pedro again. Last year, right about this time, the transmission crapped out on my truck. I ended up spending, I think it was a little over $4,000 to get the transmission replaced and installed. And shortly after that, for those of you who know me, who have known me for a little while, I went to an event called MycoFest last year. It's a mycology festival, and I learned so much there, and I can't wait to do it again this year. I think there's only 60 more days until MycoFest, but I sold all my stuff. Can and the Coin Tribe helped me out, and I raised way more than I could have ever imagined. And not only did I raise enough to go to MycoFest, that's the money that I used to buy my first furnace and get started with the metal melting hobby, you know, in kind of a more serious way. But shortly after I did that, I came home, and Can was selling these, and Pedro purchased this. He won the auction and said one of our friends just sold off his collection so he could go do something that was important to him. Can, send this to Shroom Day. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. Amazing group of people. Check this out. Can was raising money to go on one of his, I think it's the Fun Show coming up, possibly, or maybe the Vegas show. So he put this out there for sale. This was his pocket stone, and I purchased it from him and sent him a text saying, hey, put that back in your pocket. He sent it to me. He sent it to me anyway. So thank you, man. One of these days I'm gonna send it back to him when he least expects it. But that's my little box of goodies. And actually, this isn't even all of them, because there's a couple Australian coins in my coin carousel, and there's actually probably half a dozen Australian coins in my carousel, and I don't remember which ones I purchased and which ones were gifted to me from Spud Lee. So, me and my bad memory, don't know which ones to pull out to put in the box. I'll figure it out. Maybe. But anyway, figured I'd share with everybody. Hope everybody is having a fantastic day, morning, evening, whenever you see this. Wish you all much love, and I will talk to you all soon. You know what, too? I almost forgot. I can't believe I almost forgot. I was looking for the Australian coins. One other thing. Oh, those Canadians, those were also gifted to me by Oryx. I think these are the ones I purchased, the Australian coins I purchased, and I think that might be, these ones might be the gifts from Spud. But again, I am not 100% sure. But I do know that was gifted to me from V for P. If you don't know who he is, well, you're missing out. He's an awesome dude. Anyway, what an awesome community. That was gifted to Ida for the St. Jude auction. I got that. Thanks, Big Flip. And thank you, Ida. Alright, everybody, this is really where I'm ending it. Much love. I will talk to you all soon.